Alright guys, what's up? Welcome to the channel. It's your first time stopping in, be sure to subscribe. Got any questions, leave it in the comments. Got anything to say, leave it in the comments. It's been a while since I've uploaded. I've had a lot of stuff going on. My profession changed. I don't currently work at the jobs that I did. And, I mean, it's not a problem. It is what it is. I started school. This week, coming up, will be my 4th week in school. And about 2 weeks ago, found out I was having a little boy. It's pretty crazy. You know, like, having kids is a crazy thing. But I think it's just like a fulfillment in general for a man to have a little boy. So, the crazy part is we didn't figure out that she was actually pregnant till she was 34 weeks pregnant. And at that point in time, they really didn't know anything. They thought she was about 34 weeks. Last week we went, and she was 36 weeks and 2 days. And at this point, he's ready to come now. He's of weight, got all of his little fingers and toes and everything. So it's kind of just a waiting game of when he's going to be here, what time he's going to be here, how he's going to be here. So we've got pretty much everything lined up. The hardest part is I've had to pretty much do everything that takes me 9 months that you're supposed to have that opportunity to do in about crammed it into about 3 weeks. This is my second day of kind of renovating, and this is where we're at. I have installed, there was 3 glass doors, one there, one here, and one here. There was 2 over here. It was 3 total. I left 1, and I take these 2 out. They're over there, and I have walled that one off, studded that one in, and then I added a 2-foot like bay window right here. Still got to finish it off, but this is where it's pretty much gonna be like a little changing table on the inside. There'll be a flat spot. It'll fold up. There'll be a cubby hole underneath. After this is all done, tomorrow I got some more of this red paint. We're gonna paint everything so it'll all match like it's supposed to. On the inside, I have to add a dividing wall to make this 2 separate rooms versus 1 big room. And then once that is done, that'll be drywall and everything on the inside and paint in there, and that'll be done. Once I get this room done, I have to add another wall inside in what is technically like the living room right now. I'm gonna make that a room so that me and Morgan will have a room for ourselves. And then the room that we're using now, I'm going to take a portion of the dividing wall out between the 2 rooms and make it like one big great area, so the kitchen and the living room will be right there. It just makes a little bit more sense, and once I get the project underway and done, I'll show you guys what it looks like afterwards so that it can make complete and total sense. As you can see, there's wood everywhere. Be a lot of cleanup to do, but there's a burn pile pit right over there. You see it? That's where we'll burn everything. I'm gonna burn everything. But yeah, I just wanted to give you guys an update. I had some issues with the truck. The oil cooler gasket's busted on it. So before I could start this, before I could do anything, I had to go in, get the gasket kit, oil, antifreeze, because you got to drain all the oil, drain all the antifreeze. Once everything's drained, you have to pull the cooler off. That thing was a bitch to press together. I tried to make a video of it, but it literally took me 2 days, or 3, because the first day I didn't do anything because it was cold as shit. I think I only got it to like 19 during the day. And anyway, I pulled it out, pulled the 2 caps off the oil cooler itself, changed the gaskets, and I didn't have a press to put it back in. So what I did is I took a hydraulic jack, and we have like a 12 by 20 something shed over here. And I put a block on the ground, put the jack on top of it, so that when I jacked, put pressure on it, it wouldn't bash into the ground. And then I put the other end of the cap on a 2x4 and then put it up underneath the edge of the building. Walking over here to show you, give you kind of explanation what I did. It was some ingenuity, but it worked. It took that much pressure to get it to pop together. I tried to use the bucket on the tractor and it wouldn't even push it in. But you can see my 2 2x4s, or 2x6, and then 2x4 on top of it. And then right there, you can see it's kind of like chewed up. That's where I put the oil cooler against. And it took so much pressure, it picked this shit up like a 1/2 inch. This whole corner of the building right here. was picked up like a ½ an inch. And as you can see, this is not just a tiny little building. I'm pretty sure this thing's like 24, 30 feet long, somewhere in that area, because I know it's longer than my truck. My truck's 22 feet. But yeah, I jacked it up the corner of the building, and it finally sit down. I had to beat on with a hammer a little bit, but it popped in. When I pulled it apart, there was only 3 gaskets that I could find. And after that, I just tried to put it together, and I couldn't get the fucking thing to line up. So I pulled it all back apart. Come to find out, one of the gaskets got left inside the front cooler housing, because at first I just pulled the rear and the cooler off. I was going to slide everything back together. And I thought one had just fell out. Well, come to find out, it was still inside the housing, so we pulled that out, put it all back together. Everything went together fine. The front housing is a bitch to get to. You have to be like a hand contortionist to get up there. But I finally got up to it, and when I got up there, there's a little bitty bullshit gasket, and it turned a little bit. So when I put the top bolt in, it wasn't lined up. So I put it in there, fired the truck up, don't shut off. I was like, what the fuck? Started again, don't shut off. I was like, dude, this got to be leaking something. There's no pressure to keep the injectors going. I looked, and there was probably about 2 gallons of oil just spewed out and all over the ground. I was like, oh my God. That's when I found out the gasket wasn't lined up, but I got the gasket lined up. Everything's back together. She's running good. I've got to go finish getting the rest of the stuff from the house that I was living at, bring it over here. It's just been crazy. A lot of shit going on. I do have a box coming, Solo X18 for a Tahoe. I got all the wood. I got everything I need for that. I just got to finish this stuff that I have to do that's very important first, and then I'll be back on roll game with speaker boxes. My other 2 subs are on the way, so given the situation of there's a kid coming, I don't need to exhaust the funds of doing the extended camper shell, the 615s and the 4th order. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the same exact pretty much setup that I have now, the blow through, but I'm going to add 2 more 15s, and I'm going to be getting probably a CES alternator. Probably about a 270 or whatever, 270, 320. I mean, the price difference really isn't that much, so I might just go with a 320 and get about maybe 2 decent batteries just to have something to go behind the 4K. Because I mean, it's a nice amp. It doesn't get hot. I mean, it puts out a hell of a lot of power. Right now I have it wired at 4 ohms with impedance rise, box rise, and everything. I am getting almost 1,000 watts at 4 ohms, which is what it's rated for. So I know with the impedance rise and the box rise, with some adjustments to keep that down, I can get a lot more power than what I'm getting out of it. But with the other 2 subs, hopefully I can get it wired down to about 1 ohm so we can put some power on them. Maybe blow them, fuck it. But that's the game plan. I just want to touch base, let you guys know what's up. I appreciate all the new subscribers. I know it's not like a big booming channel, but hopefully one day we can get it up there once I can get all these other crazy projects out of the way. And having a son, yeah, that's fucking crazy. Still blows my mind to know that I'm having a kid. I'm still a kid. But I mean, fuck, I've made it almost 30, so I feel like I'm doing pretty good these days. But yeah, I appreciate you guys watching. Hit that subscribe button. You got any questions, leave them in the comments. If you want anything to say, leave it in the comments. It doesn't matter, leave a comment. I'll holler at you guys in the next video. I'm out.